So I think way back in 2009, I discovered this one song by Afrojack, like cool Afrojack remix. I think it was like before Afrojack kind of grew, and I was in a club being 16, and it's like the impact of that song that had it on me was just insane. And then like among the years, there were always like songs that had like those deep bass lines and nice drums. And then there was one show by Charmy. He played 2016 at Perukaville, and I was like in the crowd, and that style of music on that big speaker system was mind-blowing. I really informed myself of the music industry in that specific genre, and then I kind of found my own niche. And there are some artists like, I would say, like Chris Lorenzo, Illusionize, Charmy, that were inspirational for my genre. Yeah. The origin, so G-House is a mix of like hip-hop influence on house music. And I was actually, when I started DJing, I started as a hip-hop DJ, or I had to play hip-hop in Cologne, which is in Germany. And then I had my personal taste, which is house music, and the hip-hop I had to play on my shows. And then the combination of both kind of was the inspiration to go that path. So I kind of felt my own niche by just combining the DJ influence by like my music passion. I think it's all about simplicity. So on the one side, I really like short and tight drums, and I like bass lines that kind of have a catchy melody, and songs that are accessible for a lot of people. So my sound I always try like to have an impact in the club, but if I show the song to my parents, I hope that they will like get it and feel like, oh, this is kind of nice. And then I always like catchy vocals or like hip hop rap vocals, and I think the combination of simplicity, punchy and short drums and groovy bass lines is what makes my music special. I always try to make songs rather than just beats, if that makes sense. I mean, the drops that I'm producing are really, like really club focused, but the whole like arrangement around the drops, I always try to keep it more melodic and more like accessible to even people that are not in that specific kind of like music. And I think by having cool vocals and nice catchy melodies, you can even make songs accessible for people that are just being in the car and just want to hear like some nice tunes. So maybe it's the combination of that, just like rather making a song than just a beat.
2 things to say to you, 3 parties in the room, he is just for you.
So my bro Kyogre, he is living in New York City. He sent me the idea of the song, and I thought like the rhythm of the vocal is really sick. But the drop itself, I thought has more potential to kind of emphasize that rhythm. And I have a bunch of analog synthesizers in my home studio, so I just like try to play the rhythm on my synthesizers at home, and it really like sounded dope. And the song took a long way to get released because I had multiple versions that I tested in the club, and none of those were working. And then I found like 1.5 years later, I found that one arrangement hack that kind of got the song to the point where it is right now. And yeah, it's just like a nice grooving song that kind of combines vocals, melodic elements, but also like this driving bass line that hits both in the club and the car. So it's pretty nice.
3 parties in the room, he is just for you. 9 to make a move.
I think I've been to Bootshaus in 2010 for the very first time. It was way different then, but I was always like, this is the place you want to be DJing at when you get older. And then it's not easy to get your foot into Bootshaus because there are a lot of DJs that want to like play in this club. But the good thing is that Bootshaus gives a chance to newcomer DJs like almost every year. So they made a DJ contest back in 2018. And that was the time where I like fully kind of developed my own style of music, that G-house, tech house kind of blend. And then I played a 30-minute set just with that style of music, like 122 to 125 BPM, just like nice bass lines and without like any commercial input, just like this kind of music. And it was, back in those days, it was really new for, I would say, Germany, because that sound was not established at all. And Bootshaus kind of saw the opportunity and like maybe also like the talent to kind of push this sound and push me as an artist. So I won this contest, and then this like literally changed my life. Because since then my DJ career shifted from being a resident commercial DJs on Fridays and Saturdays to getting like the profile as an artist. And then since then I had a bunch of crazy shows. I can't even tell you which one was the most like sick show, because every year has a different crowd, different vibe, but amazing experience. It's an interesting question, because I've thought about this like the whole trip so far, because actually I'm playing songs that in Germany people already have listened to 1,000 times, because it's like the same or almost the same crowds that come to my shows. But being here, it's like I'm playing those songs for the very first time for the American crowds, and they hear it like for the very first time like from me personally. So I'm trying to find a sweet spot between playing my own songs for the Americans for the very first time, but also playing new IDs and kind of doing a mix in between. So it's kind of like both sharing like the hits that I produced a couple of years ago with the Americans plus IDs.
Our heat is just for you, for you. Our heat is just for you, for you.
So I wanna grow in America for sure. Also by like collaborating even more with American artists and trying to position my music on American labels as well. And I have some nice collaborations coming up with like true inspirational people that they were inspirational for me like years ago. So having some collabs with them and just like trying to always be innovative and just to develop my sound. And then maybe next year we can see if this worked out. Bootshaus, congratulations to 20 years of history. I'm so proud of you, and see you guys soon.